Farmers of Cambridgeshire. This is what the elected Mayor of Cambridgeshire and Peterborough Combined Authority, Nik Johnson, said on Radio Cambridgeshire this morning. Don't forget, in May 2025, he stands for re-election.
You've been a Labour mayor with a Conservative government.
Yes.
Several Conservative governments, actually.
Yes. Yeah.
You're now a Labour mayor with a Labour government, and I guess you're having to shoulder some of the policies that they have. And we'll move on to some questions now about that. Guy in Caxton, farming. A huge part of Cambridgeshire is agricultural based, of course. Many people saying over the last couple of days that farmers will never vote Labour again because of what Rachel Reeves did in the budget. And Guy says, as our Labour mayor, do you support local farmers campaigning against the recent Labour tax, which will destroy rural Cambridgeshire communities and the countryside? And will you be joining us at Westminster tomorrow? That's Guy in Caxton.
So I support anybody who wants to campaign for whatever point of view you do. I don't know if Guy, and I'll speak to him personally, is going to be at the NFU annual general meeting tonight in Cambridgeshire. I'm there. I'm not shirking it. I want to be there. I want to be part of the process of listening.
Will the Minister of Food be there?
I don't know. I don't know if he was invited. I don't know if he's going to be there. I suspect he.
Right?
Well, I know he's also probably preparing in regards to the response that they're going to have a demo down in London on Tuesday, and that's democracy, and that should be happening. So my job today, when I go along to the NFU meeting, is it was pre-planned, but it's very helpful because I've always wanted to listen to that voice of the community here in Cambridgeshire. I have been. Look, my background is the rural economy where I came from in the northeast. My first job picking strawberries. My second job packing sheep's wool. So I'm very
you should go back to it.
The background from rural economies. I understand it. Combined Authority has invested and supported the farming community.
Well, Claire King on Twitter says the Combined Authority is mainly rural geography, which I'm sure you will agree with. What is the Mayor's position on the crisis in farming caused by the budget announcement? So tell us.
Nice one, Claire.
I'd have to clarify what the crisis exactly is meant, because I'm assuming this is something to do with the farmers wanting to...
The inheritance tax.
The inheritance tax.
Yeah, on the value of the farm.
So there's various figures that have been... And I need to get to... I'm sure you would... many people say you hear different things from different sides of the argument.
What I hear is farmers say...
Most people say this is going to affect thousands of farmers, and then other people are saying...
It is.
No, actually, this is something that is going to affect people who have gone into land deliberately to avoid inheritance tax. Now, I don't know why Jeremy Clarkson took an interest in farming. I don't know why James Dyson took a massive interest as a landowner. But if people are starting to say that by doing that, they can avoid paying their fair share of taxation, you know, that's a challenge. Now, I think it's important to understand what it is for our community, for the
disingenuous
farmers, and that's my job. So I absolutely understand why they want to campaign about that, because ultimately, though, just taking this a little bit, Chris, just to take a little bit further, one of the challenges what we have, and it doesn't matter if you're in the farming community, if you're in the medical community, if you're in public service, or if you're in business, we are a country that was broken. We were broken, and that's what Rachel Reeves did when she went to the budget and had to make some very difficult decisions. That's what we've got to kind of now build on, but what we have to do is, again, turn around this country.
So what is being said, particularly, I think, around parts of Cambridgeshire, is that these valuations, some of the values of farms have gone up very quickly, and a lot of people will be affected by this valuation and the potential tax of that. And it's another worry for farmers who feel strongly enough to have got together very quickly. And it seems like it was almost like a hidden announcement in the budget. Were you pleased with the budget overall? Do you think she's done a good job?
I was pleased to see a kind of grown-up budget. Somebody actually said, enough is enough.
Wasn't it a beginner's budget?
No. It was something that they've had
first time she was doing it.
But you know, look, before
employer contributions, which they say will the employer contributions, which many people say will mean fewer hirings.
It will.
In regard to, but that is one of the problems. Again, Rachel Reeves, the Treasury, is having to make difficult decisions to find the money for things that were promised that were never funded by the previous government.